Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Carl back at it again for a new YouTube video on this Saturday afternoon. Well, for you guys it's Saturday afternoon. For me, it's Tuesday afternoon, but hey, not trying to break the matrix or anything, but yo, you know. So yeah, hope y'all doing well on this Saturday afternoon and ready to grind the art or just listen to me talking about my art journey, because today I'm making a video review about my art journey so far. And so going over what I've been doing, what I've been practicing, what are the next plans, and yeah, so just enjoy a review of the past 2 months, because I haven't done one for September, and October is about to end, or well, October is ended by the time this video is released, but for me is about to end, so I decided it was a good time to make a video about it. And also it was a plan for me to make a art journey art journey review style video at the end of each month, but I keep having new videos ideas that I want to do first, and then I'll push back the review and I'm like, you know what, I'll just stack it up for next month, and after that I'll stack it up for next month and all this stuff. But yeah, so for this time, you know, we're gonna do for September and October and review this my art journey so far. Also, I'm gonna try to make more videos like this where I'm more into the camera. Lately you've been seeing, like the past 2 videos, I've been in the camera a bit more, and yeah, because it's a bit more natural, I think, when I'm talking like this in front of the camera instead of just reading the script. Don't get me wrong, I still got something right in front of me, because I can't come out with everything out of my head in an orderly fashion. So I have something right in front of me, so you're gonna see me look on the right, well, for you guys to the left because the camera is reversed, but anyway, I'm gonna look at my screen here from time to time to just remember what I want to talk about. And yeah, so also gonna keep the video a bit more organic, not organic, but natural. Yeah, natural, more natural, because I've been realized, like, you know, I've been rewatching my previous videos where I was just reading a script and there was a time that was going on. It felt a bit robotic, you know, because I was just reading the script and that's it, you know. But being on camera, I think it's gonna feel more genuine, more human, and not organic, but more natural. And yeah, so anyway, so but before that, like I always, you know, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, so it's people see my videos, and we will be able to reach more people, and also hopefully I can inspire more people to be in their own art journey with my own art journey, you know. So yeah, so please support the channel by leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. So all right, let's get started. So first thing first, I'm going to talk about what I've been doing so far. So to put a bit more context of what my art journey so far been, my main focus on my art journey is as the master of my character drawing skills. So I've been over it for the past 2 videos. Actually, one of my videos I was actually going over that because I was lacking some commitment in my art journey between being a mangaka or being a character artist. And technically speaking, by being a mangaka, you're being a character artist, but by the character artist part, I mean, like, you know, really focusing on doing character illustration, character designs, character concept art, all this stuff, you know, but not actually make like manga type shit. And so I fully decided to go all into doing character drawing, even though that's what I've been practicing for the past couple months, you know. But now it's really like definitive. I'm focusing on doing character art, character illustrations, and all character related stuff, and putting my manga Elementasia on the side. Though behind the scenes I'm working on a manga one shot, I don't have a choice to work on it because this is a final project for mentorship that I'm in, and I want to finish this final project. And once it's done, there's no manga stuff related to me, you know. I might draw some of my characters from my mangas here and there, but I'm not working on my manga. But anyway, that's besides the point. So yeah, so I'm fully focused and fully logged into the character drawing, character art, character illustration grind. And since I came back from vacation in September, I've been practicing and grinding the necessary skills that I needed to draw characters. So for September, I went back from the very basic fundamentals. So I've been focusing on figure drawings and industrial drawings. The thing that I've realized with my figure drawings at the beginning is that I was still focused on my anatomy. This is a quote-unquote flaw that I had, is that I've been using for a long period of time anatomy as a main design for my character drawings, and as a main source of my design for my character drawings, which led me to a stiff looking and a not appealing character art, and which brought me to a fear of doing fan art, because yes, even though I had anatomy knowledge, but when I was drawing a character from an anime, manga, or cartoon, it didn't come out the way I wanted to. But for some reason, when I was drawing a character from my comic or my manga Elementasia, it came out pretty decent, but still it was lacking a bit of things. But yeah, so this is when I realized that, oh, okay, the problem is because I was too focused on capturing anatomy. I was too locked into that. So I dialed back a little bit and went to the more fundamental side of things, which is our shapes and forms, you know. Those are the main essential things that you want to focus on in general when it comes to drawing basic stuff. Well, not basic stuff, but drawing stuff in general. You want to be able to capture the shapes and the forms so you can simplify what you're drawing. And then after that, with the process, you're going to add the details to make it a bit more realistic, or just reach the level of realism that you want to reach with your art. And so with my figure drawings in the beginning, I was really focusing on trying to capture the more realistic proportion and realistic human bodies that for practice, which is good in one hand, so you can learn your proportion, learn how to draw your anatomy properly. But the way I wanted to draw is a more of a simplistic way, a more creative way, where you can really exaggerate the human body, like in the cartoons and anime, you know. And so as I was doing my figure drawings, I started to lean into doing some figure drawings in a more cartoonish form. So, you know, I was starting to draw a bit more exaggerated shape, exaggerated torsos, arm, heads, a bit more, you know, a bit more creative, you know, which led me to become a bit more comfortable with drawing cartoony characters. And same thing for gesture drawings. Gesture drawings are really, I already got on the concept, like, okay, if I want to draw a certain pose, I have to draw the poses that I'm gonna use often for my manga, because in September I didn't make the decision yet to go all in my character drawings. I was still working my manga Elementasia at the same time, so I was studying poses that I will probably use often for my manga. So I will study battle poses, dodging poses, parkour poses, and you know, sometimes I will do some pin-up poses, but I put it on the side, the pin-up part, because, you know, I didn't think I will be doing some pin-up art, but little did I know I start doing that a little bit now, behind the scenes, of course. So yeah, so that was a thing that was holding me back then with the figure drawing, gesture drawing parts, that I was too focused on anatomy, so I had to dial back a little bit. And also for gesture drawings, I was just drawing gesture for the sake of practicing gesture, which is, you know, in the beginning it's good, but you want to start studying with purposes. So why you want to study gestures, what type of pose you want to study, because you want to know what type of poses that you're going to use often, and you want to be able to draw it in multiple perspective, multiple you know, perspective and angles, you know. So yeah, so I was starting with more purposes at this point. And also after each drill, so after each figure drawing session and gesture drawing sessions, I will always do some character art to apply what I learned. This is another part of my process that I've added, or not process, but more of on my study process that I've been doing, because what I used to do before is that I used to just study, but never apply my study into an actual project. So after each drill session, so my drills are the figure drawings and gesture drawings, I will do a character art, a quick character art, you know. Doesn't need to be perfect, or doesn't need to be the most beautiful art piece, you know. I'm not trying to create the next Mona Lisa. I was just doing something just to put into practice my what I've been doing with my figure drawings and my gesture drawings, and honestly, I've been doing pretty well, I guess. They might have some anatomical issues at the when I was doing those, but for real, at the moment, I was really trying to focus on capturing the gesture and also be able to draw with proper shape and proper forms. You might probably see some examples on the screen as I say those things. So yeah, so that was pretty much what I've been doing for September. And now we reach October. This is the month, or somewhere around this time of month, that I decide to go all in with my character drawing. So I made a video about it. If you want to have a bit more context about it, you can see the link is in the description, or it's going to be in the card or whatever in the video. But anyway, you can watch this video where I'm going to put more context about that. So in October, I start to look into doing more character drawing, or just do character drawing in general. And for this time, I went back with the anatomy grind. So instead of doing a full anatomy grind study, I decided to tackle the parts of the body that I was weak at, especially the arms and the hands and the feet. Hands, I wasn't that weak at drawing hands. It's just that it was another issue that I have that I was a bit aware of it, but not totally aware. But I'm going to go back on this later, just a couple minutes. But yeah, I was really focusing on the main body parts that I was weak at, mainly the arms, because one thing that I realized from my summer art grind push challenge is that I was lacking in my arms drawings. Like my arms were a bit weird, lacked a bit of form, a bit of shape, and also the proportion weren't right. You know, I was making the arms a bit too long, and it was making the character look a bit sluggish or a bit just disproportionate, and so I went to that. Then after that, I went back to the hand because I wanted to become a bit more consistent with the way I was drawing hands with the stylistic choice I was going. And before I was thinking even about the stylistic choice, I wanted to just review the structure of the hand and just remember how you build a hand with the real anatomy of the bones and, well, the quote-unquote muscles that are in the hand. There's barely muscles in your hands. It's mostly bones, tendons, and other stuff. But yeah, nerves. So yeah, so I just went back to the studying the hands, and then from there I start to a bit practice my consistency with the stylistic, the aesthetic choice on how I'm drawing hands. And then this is where I was starting to, doing a bit of more character art as well. So I've been doing some art pieces. That was one of the goals this month. So I made some illustrations where composition start to be a bit more involved. So I like to use the rule of thirds for my composition. So I'm actually using the strongest point of the pieces to put the character head, the character eyes, or some element that's important in the design. So this is why this is the most comfortable composition style that I like to use for my character art pieces. But then I wanted to have some feedback in my general art pieces, because I start to feel like that, yeah, I've been doing all those practices, but I feel like I'm not doing any progress. Or I feel like, yes, there's a bit of leveling up in the way I'm doing stuff, but it doesn't look as different as what I've been doing in the summer, So I asked feedback in various discords and I got some replies, and it seems like the general consensus with my main weakness with my art, which is something that I covered in one of my other videos, I think it was the video of last week, that my biggest weakness at the current moment in all my art pieces was my structure. It seems like that sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, because I'll do a part of the art properly, and then another part of the art is just like the structure just went away because I don't draw it with the right perspective. I just try to make things I try to make things a certain shape, but the certain shape is supposed to be different depending on the angle that I'm drawing it. So this is when I put a stop to my anatomy grind, and then went back again to the most basic of basics of fundamental practice, which is the structure practice. For that, I got recommended to watch a video of this YouTube channel called BAM Animation, and they made a video about how you can improve your character designs or character drawings in general with structure. And then I watched the video, and then I start apply those practices. So I've been doing some cube practice, perspective practice, then I've been doing some arrow practice, and then I forgot which was organic shape. Yeah, so I've been doing those fundamental practices, and I've been doing some structure scapes with the cubes, cylinders, organic shapes, and arrows, which help me push my Sharingan of perspective, if you can call it like that. And this is why I realized another thing as well, is that my anatomy is not lacking. Yes, my anatomy can be better, but because I'm drawing in a simplistic style, my anatomy is like just a way to help me make my character more proportion and have the right muscles at the right part. But it's not like as if I need to be like really, really heavy detail with my anatomy. The problem why my anatomy look whack or look weird is because I had bad structure. And one thing that I realized when I start doing those exercises from the BAM Animation video, and I start applying those what I've been practicing in my drills into actual project, my character art, I start realizing that I've been able to draw my characters with better perspective, better construction, and also that my anatomy is not that bad, you know. Like I said, it can use some improvement, but it's not that bad. And also this helped me improve my process on how I do stuff, you know, how I'm going from gesture drawing to the base sketch to the detail sketch to inking, coloring, all this stuff. I'm gonna go over it later on this video. So yeah, so I put the anatomy on the side and I start doing the gesture structure practice, and it really helped. And so then I saw some progress, just small improvement, you know, like not like huge improvement, but I saw some small improvement. But it's already a win in my book, because you know what, the goal is to make improvement no matter what, you know, even if it's 1%. You know, I know if y'all know are about this self-improvement journey type shit, but you know, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the Kaizen mentality, where you strive for improvement, constant improvement, even if it's only meant to do 1%. That's what matters. You're always in a constant motion, you know, but eventually you need to you hit a plateau. But it's in this plateau that you need to really grind until you start go up to make some improvement. And also this month I've been drawing a lot of Carla, of course. I've been drawing a lot of my female me version, but that's not really a female version of me. Anyway, that's a lore for another time. But yeah, so this is what I've been doing so far for September and October. So now the question that we need to ask: was there any changes in my art? So most of my change happen mentally. When I say mentally, I mean like in the way I perceive things, the way I understand things, the way my eyes see things. And my hands still need to catch up. This is a video I want to make about it when it comes to practicing art, because I think some people are not aware of this, so I think I'm gonna make a video about this next week. So I'm gonna take a note of that later if I don't forget. But anyway, so this most of my changes happen while what's going on within my head. So meaning that I become more aware of my perspective, and my process become better, and my the way I do stuff become better. Meaning like right now, whenever I'm drawing something, I'm really thinking about the first thing before I even draw the character. The first thing I'm thinking about is, okay, what is the perspective? What the box will look like of the character, because since at the moment I'm only focusing on drawing humanoid characters, and I don't really draw backgrounds like that, you know, even though I did a background illustration in October, but it's mostly focused on the character. I always draw a box first to determine the perspective, and then from there I start drawing the gesture. Or sometimes I'll do the gesture first, then I'll draw a box on top of the gesture to capture the perspective that I actually want. And by doing that, it helped me build the base foundation, the shape and the forms of the character that I want to draw even more easily, because now I know which side, which plane of the shapes and every forms of the body that we see. And so as I go down or go up from the drawing, I know which perspective I'm drawing the character in. And also my overall anatomy and proportion become better, especially around the arm, because like I said, during the summer I realized that my arms were really weird. They were too long and a bit making the character a bit too sluggish, a bit too lengthy or whatever is the word. But my arms became better since I did a review on my arm anatomy. When it comes to my hands, because I've been studying hands, didn't see any changes. Maybe I just become more comfortable drawing hands. That's the thing I can say. I also study feet, but I didn't really draw feet that much, so I can't say if I become better at drawing feet, because I always draw my character with shoes. I'm not a feet person, and people who are into feet, seek some help. I'm playing, but no, I'm not playing. But anyway, so yeah, so around my anatomy, this is really the arm that become better. Also, I'm getting more comfortable with dynamic angles and I become better with my dynamic angles, and I also become better with the way I draw the poses, dynamic poses. But it can use a bit more push when it comes to those, and I'll come back on it later. And also, I've been paying more attention to smaller details, like, you know, it's also related to perspective, like the way I draw my lines, because the way you draw your lines, your contour lines, can make or break the perspective. So if you don't draw the line according to the perspective, this will break, that can make your character look flat or just make your character look distorted. So I've been paying attention to those as well. And also, this is another thing that, you know, I never paid attention before, but the way I was doing my line work for the hair, I wasn't aware that, you know, each line of the hair was converging toward the origin point, meaning the origin of the hair, where the hair started growing. And when someone pointed that out, I became a bit more aware of that. Though I didn't have the chance to apply it often in my illustrations, because some of my characters, you know, I don't have a lot of line work for the hair. It's just like, oh yeah, I do one strand here, one strand there, that's it, you know. Like if you look at Carla, like her hairstyle is pretty simple. I don't really need to draw a bunch of line, but for the back of the hair, I think I will pay more attention to that later on. But for one of my most recent illustrations, at the time that I record this video, I did a Grace Howard, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but anyway, Grace from Zenless Zone Zero. I did a fan art of her in a Halloween design, and when I was doing it on stream, I've been talking about it when I was sketching. I say, okay, I need to pay more attention to how I do my line, you know, where's the origin point, and from there I start to do my line work in a way that it goes towards the origin of the hair, the origin of the where the hair is growing. So I've been paying a bit more attention to that, and I'm going to try to apply this. I'm going to apply this for future illustrations where I need to really think about the mini strands I need to draw for the hair, so I can become better at drawing hair. You know, it's just a small detail, but that small detail can amplify the work. But yeah, so in general, it's really like I said, most of my changes happen in the way I'm seeing things and the way I'm thinking and the way in my process and my art in general. So this is the changes that I've realized with my art so far. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen for next month. And talking about next month, now gotta ask, what do I need to fix or upgrade in my art, and what are the plans for next month? So next month, you know, gonna continue with the fundamentals, you know, especially the structure. Gotta keep pushing that. You'll get better with shapes and forms, get better with perspective, the way I draw each shape and each forms of the human body and according to the perspective. I need to focus on that. Also get better at pushing and exaggerating poses by doing more gesture drawings, because another thing that I've been realizing is that as I get better with structure, my gestures, my flow, my dynamism start to not get bad, but it's just that it become a bit stiffer, you know, can use a bit of push, you know. And I keep seeing this whenever I'm drawing this. It's just that I'm so stuck in getting my structure right that I'm scared to push the shape or push the form to the point that my art looks distorted. So I play it safe just to end up regretting that I didn't push it later on. It depends on the illustrations, but there's some illustration where my poses, I wish that I pushed the angle, push the perspective even more to make it even more dramatic with the illustration. But this month, for November, well, by the time I upload this video, the goal is to really push that. Also push my foreshortening. So far I've been playing safe with my foreshortenings. I want to make something a bit more dynamic, you know, something that's really into your face type shit. And so I'm going to push that for this month. And also when it comes to actual projects, when it comes to character art and character illustration, I'm going to do more character interaction. So I'm going to draw more than one character, you know. I want to start doing a bit more action scenes, you know, like battle scenes, or, you know, character doing some things that are action instead of just doing the character doing some cool poses without context, you know. I want to make something that has a bit more storytelling. And also for my bigger pieces, you know, I might do one or two pieces, actually minimum one. If I can do a second one, I'm gonna do a second one, but I'm gonna do minimum one piece, one illustration where there's an actual storytelling. And my goal is to make something as good or better than my Paper Mario print that I've done for the summer. I'm gonna put an example on the screen. My goal is to make something better or as good or better than this, and you know, also push my foreshortening somewhere, push my dynamism, push the angle, all this stuff. So that's gonna be my goal for the month of November. So yeah, so that wrap up pretty much my art journey review so far from September to October. We're gonna see how much I will level up or evolve by the end of November, because December, this is where we are pushing hard enough to really like you know, not destroy, but just, you know, minimize as much as possible the weaknesses in my art, so we can start 2025 on a strong note. So that's my goal, really. Like by the end of this year, my biggest dream, my biggest goal is to really like close the gap between me and Tetsuya Nomura. Like, let's say this is me and this is Tetsuya Nomura. You know, we put in the screen. Like, you know, I want to really close it down. Like, you know, like if there's a gap between me and him, it's like this gap. You know, I don't want a bigger gap than this. You know, like minimum this is the minimum, and this is no maximum is just, you know, be there. You know, like we are the same level. You know, we are equals, but minimum this, you know, this gap, because I can never be 100% Tetsuya Nomura because I'm not him. I can't read his mind. I cannot see what he's thinking. So I can never be 100% him. But I can always be 100% me. And 100% me is just being better at my fundamentals in general. So yeah. So that's my end goal by the end of this year. So yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to see where I'm going to be at the end of November, and from there I'm going to make the adjustment to close that gap by the end of the year. So that'll be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope that this review fired you up to take the pen and grind for the rest of November, so you can get those art gains, get those art skills up, you know. And yes, I will let you guys go. Like always, you know, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, so my videos can reach more people, so we can build a community around my art journey. And also leave a comment to tell me what you've been working on so far, what you've been struggling with your art, what's your goal with your art by the end of the year, so you know we can have a chat about it. And who knows, maybe I can give you a tip or two that can help you grow. And yeah, so like always, keep grinding, take some break, and don't slack. And yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. All right, peace.